Hello, I'm Yoko, and a month ago I got Pokemon Violet, and I have feelings about it. So I want to ramble about all of them to you guys. This video might be kind of all over the place, and it's not really scripted at all. And in no way is this a comprehensive review of the game, but I hope you enjoy anyway. That being said, there will be major story spoilers in this video. First off, the art in this video is going to be various things I made that are related to the game, and I won't really bring it up or mention it because I don't really know how much I actually made on time for the video, but the first picture I know is my trainer and the team I ended up with by the credits of the game. I actually did a semi-blind Nuzlocke where I only went in knowing the order and what the new Pokemon looked like, but nothing stat-wise or anything. I also had a rule that my encounters only counted for like Gen 9 Pokemon. I also named them all after My Hero Academia characters. So my surviving team when the credits scrolled was Tiger the Meowscarada, Kinoko the Clodsire, Bakugo the Paldean Tauros, Tamaki the Tatsugiri, and Ida my Miraidon. And there were many casualties. First thing I'll ramble about is my general thoughts on the game and Pokemon without major story spoilers. I will start by saying I really enjoyed the game, but I did not enjoy the process of playing the game. Unless you live under a rock, I'm sure you've seen the glitch compilations and the performance issues and things like that. Overall, I didn't run into anything too bad except for the fact that my game completely crashed twice and that sucked. But that happened during post-game for me, so, you know. But yeah, we can't look past this stuff, it's bad. Please let the Pokemon team take their time to actually make games about this stuff. Stop, I'm not talking to the fans, I'm talking to, the actual team in charge. Stop just trying to push out games, every year. It's, Another thing is that this game is open world. Kind of. See, nothing level scale, so there is technically an order, but good luck finding out what the order is without using the internet. I actually was okay with this because one of my concerns leading into the release was that I am not good with choices and it makes me panic, so open world games are not really my thing. Unpopular opinion, I know. So personally, it really helped me to actually get things done by just having a list I could look at that would tell me what to do next. That being said, I was still constantly lost and confused somehow because I am bad at maps, even though there is literally an arrow on it and it's at the bottom of the screen. This is not a criticism of the game, I am just unable to follow a map. Also, the process of riding Miraidon was less than ideal to say the least. The glide features was just disappointing and annoying due to not being able to just zoom up into the sky. And I swear Miraidon never wanted to climb anything for me and it drove me crazy. And just in general, the flying and stuff was better in Arceus, even though I didn't really like that game. Again, unpopular opinion. I'm not fond of open world Pokemon, I'm sorry guys. That being said, I did think it was cute, and spoilers for the very start of the game relating to Miraidon or Koraidon. I fell in love the moment we almost fell off a cliff and to our doom, but our phone saved us. Just to feed a sad dragon a sandwich. Like How to Train Your Dragon vibes, and I think they did a really good job of making you like your new dragon bike. I loved it. Another thing about the game that I absolutely loved was the characters and the stories. Even gym leaders that didn't have many interactions felt really nice, but I'll go more into gym leaders into more detail later. I also really enjoyed all the teachers, and the fact that they have classes to take was adorable. Spoilers for the classes at the school. I don't know how many people actually took the classes, but I really liked them. But I love that after taking certain ones, we basically unlocked mini free time events like in Danganronpa, where we got to hang out and get to know the teachers and Nurse Miriam better. I also ended up doing some shipping due to this bonus content. Dendra has her two purple-haired girlfriends, Miriam and Tulip, and you can't tell me Brassius and Hassel aren't dating after seeing that art class. You know the one if you've seen it. Scarlet and Violet out here is feeding the gays, and I haven't even mentioned Rika, who I love. In general, I like the diversity of the characters and models, and even some background trainers like the buff hiker girls. Yes, give it to me. Though I have heard that Japan, hates the character designs in this game and thinks that Pokemon has gone woke or something, which I think is kind of funny. I will say one thing that I didn't like was everyone was a student, and I get the theme and all, but it was kind of boring, and I despise the lack of good customization options. Also, the fact that every building is either a sandwich store, a deli bird presence, or something school or gym related was really boring and it sucked. Let me go into random people's houses and talk to the NPCs. Give me back my funny or useful dialogue. I didn't even do the dumb picnics until the post game when I needed to breed stuff for the decks. And let me say, breeding in this game is a nightmare. You can do it anywhere, that's cool, but you have to wait for an egg to appear while doing nothing, and you can't hatch eggs while you're getting more eggs. There's also no indicator that there's even an egg until you check the basket, and unless you have a specific sandwich activated to boost eggs, it's going to take forever. Negative 10 out of 10, give me back my daycare center. Shiny hunting is fun though, especially after getting the shiny charm. I have quite a few now, my favorites being the female Salandit I found without even looking for it. And that is now a Salazzle, and I actually found another shiny Salandit, but that one was a boy. And I also love my shiny Flittle that I actually hunted for. That will become a pretty ostrich. I think I have around 9 shinies. I'm too lazy to check right now, and I should have done that beforehand. The one that I want the most right now is shiny Toadscruel because it's basically the bi-flag colors, and I'm a sucker for them. Okay, now I'm going to start going through the free paths of the game and into deeper story spoilers, starting with Victory Road and the gyms with I almost called her I can't say her name. Nimona. First, Nimona was fun. Maybe a little too obsessed with battling, but that's fine. It's her hyperfixation. I do wish there was a bit more to her, though. I do like the fact that she was already a champion rank at the start and was really excited to finally have a good rival. I like that was her motivation. It's super cute. Though she did say some tone-deaf things to Arven in a certain final area of the game that made me want to shake her. Onto the gyms. There's no level scaling, so there is a set order of gyms, and the order's online. I nuzlocked the game, and I started with Tiger, my Sprigatito, and the first gym was Bug, so that was fun. But yeah, I basically, when I did this, I just looked at the order. I was like, okay, you go to this gym, and then you gotta do this Titan, or whatever the order was. But yeah, that's how I did it. That being said, I won't go into too much detail about my Nuzlocke. I might just mention little things here and there, or do a quick ramble about things. But yeah, let's just quickly go over how I felt about each gym and each gym leader. First up was Katie, the Bug gym leader, and she was super cute. Though my boyfriend kind of hates her due to he was trying to do his first Nuzlocke, but she got way too many crits and he lost immediately and he kind of rage quit. Sorry. Her gym challenge was way too boring for me though. Olives, it's fine. If you can hear that sound in the background, by the way, that's my dog snoring. Next up was Brassius, the grass gym leader, and I love him. Art people must stick together, and him jumping from a freaking windmill was so dramatic. And as stated earlier, I ship him with Hassel. His gym challenge killed the frame rate way too much though. All those sunflowers, oh my god. Next up was Iono, the electric gym, and it seems like people either love or hate her. I love her, she's so fun. I really want to see her and Raihan from Galar interacting, and I swear I will eventually draw what I imagine is their snarky rivalry they probably have. Her whole VTuber/YouTuber thing was really fun to me. Her challenge was basically an easy Where's Waldo, but if you don't find Clavel right away, the game will start to slowly zoom in on him until he's the only one on screen, and I find that hilarious. Do you see him yet? Kofu the water gym was cool, but he was probably the least memorable for me. He made us gamble for weed. Seaweed, that is. And also his fish terrified me because I didn't read Mold Breaker when I was first playing, and I had Kinoko, my Clodsire, out because I was like, oh, has water absorb. She's not going to get hit with water. She got hit with water. It terrified me. I almost lost my baby. And next was Larry, the normal gym leader, and he's my favorites. There's just something about him being a tired businessman that's hilarious to me. The man's got to make a living. I love that he's in the Elite Four too. The gym test was interesting, but I want to say, where did the people eating go when the restaurant turned into the gym? That bugged me the entire battle, and I never got an answer. They could have just added a tiny bit of animation showing them all getting up and leaving, but you know. The sixth gym was the ghost one with Rhyme, and she's awesome. I love her rapper style, and I wanted to rap battle her, but the game said no. She also has the best crew, such as the MC that looks like Moist Critical and G-Rave the Grievard, which is one of the cutest things in the game. I wish Rhyme had more interactions with her sister, by the way, Time, because her sister is the math teacher and they didn't have any interactions. It was just hinted at, and I would love to see them actually talk together. Her challenge was basically a normal gym, just fight people, but that's fine. I also love the switch up of double battles because I think they're just way too underused and stuff, and Last up was Grusha, once again making the ice gym last for some reason, when at that point I'm sure everyone can easily beat it. The gym challenge kind of had bad controls, but it was easy enough. I love Grusha way more than I thought I would, especially with the bonus dialogue in the post-game when you battle him again. It's so sad. I felt really bad for him. He was a snowboarder that had to retire, and he had to retire what he loved due to an injury. Like, I can't imagine not being able to draw. At least he has his gym. And also, I love his design. I love these gender non-conforming characters. And I think it's hilarious that some people are very upset that he's not a girl. And as for the Elite Four, Rika is my wife, and she has a Clodsire who was my MVP of my Nuzlocke. I love her so much, and I might cosplay her if I have the time. I kind of really want to, even though I haven't cosplayed in forever. Poppy was a baby, but now I have to rename one of my Pokemon characters that I had. My grass-type trainer OC was named Poppy, so now I have to rename her. Larry is Larry, I already talked about him, and Hassel has my heart. my art dad, I swear. Champion Gita was a little on the more boring side, but yeah, that's Victory Road, onto Starfall Street. Story spoilers ahead again. I love the story of this personally. I wasn't the biggest fan of the mechanics of fighting the leaders of Team Star in general. I don't know, I'm just more of a sucker for the traditional battle format. I'm not really into these let's go fight things, fight 30 Pokemon, fight a giant car. Once again, the evil team isn't exactly evil. It's bullied kids that stood up against the bullies and bullied them. Heck yeah. It's also extremely obvious that Penny is Cassiopeia, but that's fine. It's still very enjoyable. Another thing I loved was Clavel trying to be undercover as a student named Clive to try to understand Team Star better. I was totally a jerk the entire game and just being like, "Hi, Professor Clavel." It was really charming that he was legitimately just an old guy trying to connect with the students and figure out how things went like this. And Team Star has great characters, and the snippets of backstory are adorable. The dark base with, I don't know how to say his name, Giacomo? I don't know how to say his name, oh no. I don't know how to say his name, but he was still fun, and Penny calling him Momo is absolutely adorable, and from now on I will just call him Momo. I should have looked up how to say his name before recording. He kind of reminds me of if Present Mike and Aizawa from My Hero had a baby, but I also said that with Piers, and I still think that, and now I think they both would be like different sides of that mashup. I don't know, let me know if you see what I'm seeing. The Fire-type base Mellow was awesome, and I love her dumb walk she does since she can't bend her legs in her edgy boots. Fashion over functionality, truly. But Atticus, the poison guy, really did a good job on everybody's outfits. Such a breath of fresh air with the gym leaders and the star bases, seeing people with outfits instead of school uniforms you can't change. Oh, I never brought up, by the way, but I picked Violet mostly because I didn't like the color of the school uniforms in the other game. I also like that with the outfits that Atticus made, there's a few hints on some of them that there's remnants of the actual school uniform. I also love Atticus's ninja aesthetic and thought it was funny that Penny was surprised he was good looking. Ortega was the fairy user that Opal wanted Bede to become in the last game, except Ortega was a rich kid and not an orphan. I love when the game lets boys wear pink. And the ice user Aerie, which is funny considering My Hero theme, and she's very different from the Aerie in that one, ended up being one of my favorites. I love how they let her be a big, strong girl who did wrestling, but she also is sensitive and she just wants to be able to protect her friends. That being said, she was the last thing I did before the Elite Four, and she killed my ostrich, leading me to have to quickly replace them and train up something else. So that sucked. I also love that Penny just has a team of evolutions that she calls, and the fact that she calls them her VVs. But I am also offended that she does not have the best one, being Espeon. I'm not biased in the slightest. I mean, it's not like I have an online persona designed around Espeon or anything like that. Also, in the post-game, when you see her room, Penny, please clean your room and stop making me self-conscious that mine will end up looking like yours one day with all my animals and clutter. My room isn't as messy, I swear. And it's ridiculous, by the way, that she got off scot-free for embezzling the league points. But yeah, let's move on to my thoughts on the last of the free paths. So, spoiler time for Path of Is it Path of... Wait, what is it called? Is it Path of Titans or Path of Legends? Anyway, spoiler for the Arven path. When I first started the game, I was so disappointed Arven wasn't a soft boy like I first thought he would be. Instead, he was angry and had daddy issues, at least in my game. But then I got to the point where his motivations were revealed, and I can't with this story. This poor boy just wanted to help his sick dog. This immediately became my favorite storyline, and we have to save the dog. Fighting the Titans was kind of, whatever, but we need to save the puppy. And we eventually did, and along the way we unlocked upgrades to Miraidon, so that's cool. Now I'm going to go into the story at the end when you beat all three paths and unlock the fourth one. And go down into Area 0, and please go play that yourself if you can before you get spoiled. I loved getting together with Nimona, Penny, and Arven to go down into Area 0. This is such a cute friend group and the interactions. And the cutscene where everyone gets on Miraidon to get there was adorable, and Arven is strong as heck to be able to pull me against the wind and get me properly on Miraidon, even though I'm pretty sure my arm probably would have snapped. I loved all the bonus dialogue down there, even though from what I've seen, a lot of people kind of ignored it, which makes me sad. Listen to Arven tell his sad story about how his dad wasn't in his life and his childhood was wasted away taking care of a dragon. This boy needs love and support, and Nimona, be nicer to the boy, please. I know you don't mean anything, but he just said a Pokemon hurt his dog, and he's scared to run into it. Don't say that you hope to run into it. I will also say I wasn't too excited about the future Paradox forms in my game, but I think most of them regained some personality for me with the little things like Iron Bundle's head popping off. Iron Valiant is definitely my favorite of the Paradox forms in my game. I haven't really gotten around to seeing the other past forms in-game. I do have them all, but I haven't used them yet. But the big thing in Area 0 is finding out the professor is freaking dead. I thought it was going to be silly at first, like my thought process was this. Oh, Arven's the only one that can open the lab? Oh, maybe the professor's just been locked in the lab this whole time. Oh wait, he's in Area 0. Is he stuck down there? Oh, they're talking about the future time machine and stuff. Oh, he's totally stuck in the future or something. But no, he died like 10 years ago, and the professor we know is an AI with his memories. And can I just say, poor Arven? This boy gets no breaks, I swear. His dad died and no one told him. Like, the AI said he didn't know how to come out and say it, but like, come on, man, this boy has daddy issues times 10 now. You could have helped at least a little bit with his trauma. Overall, I really love the story, and the ending made me, it had me crying tears in the Whitest Club with Ed Sheeran singing Celestial in the credits, which, side note, I don't think is a bad song. Fight Me. I even joined a map with it as the song, and if you haven't seen my latest animation I posted, check it out. But yeah, even despite my complaints, I love the game, but didn't always love playing it, and it's very broken. I didn't even go into the stupid terror raids that kind of suck. But yeah, that's my opinion on those. They kind of suck. And I have no idea how long I rambled for. This will be fun to look at later. Hopefully it's not too long. But yeah, if you like this video, I'd appreciate if you could hit the like button, subscribe, and maybe check out more of my content that's more scripted. My socials are linked below, and my commissions are open on my Instagram. With that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.